racing competitions, probably be a bit more structured with what you're eating when you're eating.
Yeah.
Today, not so much. Like I'm on placement over in Southampton at the hospital there, so I've just come straight from placement to be here today. So not quite as structured, but definitely still fueling up on a bit of pasta before we came. So a little bit of that.
Is there? Do you believe there's an advantage of going second, or is it more sort of a dread for waiting for it to?
I don't know if there's an advantage. There's definitely. Maybe there is a little bit. I can kind of see how far he goes, and I think if I don't get to as far as he goes, then it'll be because I just collapse of pure exhaustion. I don't think I'm giving up before I get to where he's at. So yeah, I definitely wanted to go second, and I haven't done one of these before. He's done the bike one, so he had a bit more of an idea of what to expect. But yeah, no, I did want to go second.
So some of this equipment, just sort of take us through what it, because we're looking at it as someone who has no idea what this is. Do you have any idea of what any of this is?
Yes. So I think every 4 minutes between intervals, they take sort of a blood sample, which is testing basically the lactate, which is a measure of your aerobic, anaerobic respiration, and they're also, so the mask he's got on, I think, is measuring sort of how deep and how fast he's breathing. I'm not too sure actually too much about all the science behind it. Probably should know more, but it's essentially working out whether he's working in aerobic capacity and anaerobic capacity, and basically how hard he's working is the idea. So the idea I think behind the test is to understand at what pace you're working kind of harder than you can keep going for a substantial period of time.
Yeah. I saw you got measured up just before, so like weighing and height.
Yeah.
What sort of what's the importance of that really?
That's a good question. I don't know too much about that. I think in terms of you're going to do repeat testing, from the point of view, like if you compare your weights now to where you are in a year's time and you repeat the testing then, and see how kind of whether you do better or worse, it's probably useful from that point of view. But also possibly if you've got weight and BMI, you can measure sort of oxygen capacity per kilogram, that kind of thing. I don't know. That's a pure guess. So yeah, I don't know too much about the whole weight and BMI thing.
How long have you been? I know you've not done one of these before, but how long have you been doing sort of high-level athlete sort of things?
Yeah, so I've been competing for. Well, I'm 24 now, so at a high level, probably sort of nationally, internationally, maybe sort of 8-9 years, probably since I was maybe 15, 16. Because when I really started taking it a lot more seriously. So yeah, a while now. Seems a bit strange to be saying that, but yeah, quite a while. And we've both done a couple of seasons abroad in Australia during the winters. Kind of getting that warm weather training in. It's quite difficult to train sort of outside here when it's super cold in the winters. So we've done a bit of that, and yeah, we both raced at quite a few big international meets, which has been good. So yeah, a while, pretty well sort of prepared for kind of events like this or big events now. I kind of had done a few, so I feel a bit more comfortable in those sort of scenarios.
Yeah. How's the competition between you two? Is it like very desperate to beat each other, or are you more like friendly sort of competition?
Oh, a bit of both, I think. Yeah, a bit of both. I was obviously desperate to come down here and give it a go, and he was desperate to have me just have a bit of competition. So we're actually living together this year whilst we're both at university. So it's been really good to be able to train with him and kind of push ourselves and try and beat each other at different training sessions. And but it's always friendly, which is nice.
How important is the competition between you two to actually improve and get better?
Oh, I think it's huge. I think I spend quite a lot of my time, I have done over the last few years, training on my own or training pretty much on my own, which is difficult. I don't mind kind of the hours and the grind, but it's quite hard to push yourself, I think, to the absolute limit. If you've got someone to chase or someone alongside you in your sessions, then I just think it's so much easier and so much more beneficial. I think you can just push yourself harder than you can in my experience anyway, especially with things like swimming and kayaking, where there's no sort of obvious timing. So like running's nice, where you can always put your watch to see how fast you're moving and what your splits are, whereas kayaking you don't really have any of that, so or it's not quite as accurate. it's definitely useful to have someone else to push you.
If you do win today, will there be like a big celebration afterwards, or going out or something, or is it a sort of quiet reserved night in?
Yeah, I don't think so. I think there'll be a reserved night in, but yeah, it'll be nice. I think if I lose, there'll be more social media posts than if I win. So I'm gonna try not to let that one happen. I think it's kind of where I'm at.
How long have you, and how did you get to know each other for stuff like this?
So I'm originally from Devon, in North Devon. I race for Whittaker, which is a beach in North Devon. He races for Portrees, which is a beach in Cornwall. So we kind of just raced against each other over the years. And then we're on the same teams, like GB teams, for a few competitions. And we just got to know each other really well then. We kind of do similar races. And then obviously we both ended up coming. I'm at Southampton, he's at Solent here. So both ended up coming to the same area. And yeah, kind of just kayaking together and swimming together, and then realised actually why don't we stay together for the year and we can push ourselves in that time.
Yeah. How did you realise that this was something that you wanted to keep sort of pursuing and doing?
Yeah, that's a good question. I really enjoy the social aspect of training and the social aspect of racing. I enjoy pushing myself in sessions like this. You know, like a few people have asked, "Are you nervous?" or "You kind of don't want to do it?" But actually, both of us were pretty excited to come down here and give it a go. So I think that kind of just shows how much we enjoy like the hard work of training. And if you enjoy it, then it just makes everything so much easier. The last couple of years, kind of had a bit of a shift in focus and trying to sort of work alongside my university work, alongside my training, which has been difficult. But again, I think it showed just how much kind of I enjoy the sport, and enjoy working hard, and enjoy having sort of a different focus outside of my studies. So yeah, I think I'll probably keep going and trying to work hard for the next couple of years and see where I'm at really after there.
We see it sort of top level sport. They use a lot of stats and statistics and minor data and stuff like that. How important is finding out information like that to you and your performance levels?
Yeah, I mean, I use it a lot in swimming. So I'm one who really focuses and works hard on keeping my splits and knowing exactly how fast I'm swimming, over 50s, 100s, and within each session. And also with running, if I'm doing running sessions, I really like to know how fast I'm running and try and sort of compare that to how I was a week ago, 2 weeks ago, last year.
Yeah.
Something like kayaking, it's more difficult just because you haven't got, it's not such a controlled environment like swimming and running is.
Yeah.
You haven't got quite the same markers for sort of speed. We kayak on the river, and there's obviously quite a big tidal movement, so depending on the day you can be going at one pace and going a lot easier than another day just based on the tidal movement.
Yeah.
So from that point of view, you need to, this is where this is so useful, because you can kind of work out where your lactate threshold is, so your heart rate that you're working, kind of maximum aerobic capacity. And then one thing you can do on a kayak is work out sort of the heart rate based on heart rate monitors, so you can use that a lot in the session. So that's why this is so useful for that side of things. So yeah, I think it is important. Some people like it a lot more than others. Some people kind of just work based off feel. And it's kind of whatever suits you really, but it's definitely something that's become a lot more popular in the last few years. It's really getting super scientific with VO2 Max, lactate thresholds. So it'd be interesting to see kind of where that goes in the next couple of years and whether we can do a bit more of this kind of thing, because it's definitely fun doing it.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this something that you'd want to keep pursuing, keep doing things like this to improve your scores and stuff like that?
Oh, definitely. If it was up to me, I'd do these regularly, but it's obviously not super easy to set up. I'm really lucky to have this experience through Piran and through Solent University, so I'm super grateful for that. But yeah, if I had the opportunity, I'd definitely do it a lot more.
Oh, nice. I actually can't think of anything else.
So how long has he been going for? Do we know?
Yeah. Do you know how long he's been going for? Is there a way of checking?
13 minutes.
13 minutes. Wow.
Still got a while to go.
What sort of speed would the treadmill be going at now?
I think it's on 12, but it'll be going up to 14 k's an hour, I think. So it's on 13 now. I think it was going up to 14 k's an hour. I think.
What do you reckon he'd sort of be feeling now? Is it starting to blow, or is he still
So
comfortable?
you can see his heart rate over here. So his heart rate is 146, which is still very aerobic, really. So he'll still be feeling super comfortable at the moment. Mm-hmm. But in some ways, this is almost the hardest part of the run, because you've just got that kind of anticipation of what's about to come.
Yeah.
You're not working super easy. You're still kind of in your aerobic capacity, but you're just, I know I will be just kind of thinking forward to the next 8 minutes, the next 12 minutes about what's to come.
What's going through your head? Are you sort of super focused on all the stats, or have you got your head trying to think about other things to forget about what you're doing?
I think at this point in the run, I'll be just trying to relax as much as possible, stay super smooth on the treadmill, and not think too hard about kind of the pace or the timings. When you get a bit later on, once you see his heart rate up at 170, 180, that's when you know he's really pushing, and he'll definitely be thinking then about how long he's got left until he gets a bit of a rest for the lactate testing, he'll then be thinking about how long he's got left, really. So you can see his heart rate's creeping up now to 156. You can see as the pace has increased as well.
In those 4 minutes that you've got as a breather, what's sort of going through your head as you get ready for the next sort of run?
Yeah, so you do 4 minute intervals at one pace, so you only have about 30 seconds rest between intervals.
Oh yes, sorry, 30 seconds rest.
But yeah, I think it's just about sucking in a deep breath, getting deep oxygen, getting oxygen as much as you can, and just about recovering as quickly as you possibly can. Deep breaths, really relax, and get ready to go again.
What's it like? You've just sort of done a long run, and then you've got the pinprick in your finger. That can't be sort of a great feeling right after a run, I imagine.
I don't think they're not super painful. It's just a really small pinprick, and also I think, especially now when you're starting to work hard, you've got the adrenaline pumping. I don't think you won't be feeling it really. I think that's the least of your worries at this point in the session. So.
Are you allowed a water break, a bit of a drink, or nothing after you put the mask on? It's just that's it. You've had all your water.
Yeah, once the mask's on, that's it. It's only kind of a 25, half an hour test, so if you're running 5-10k, you're not going to be drinking in a race, so it's not too bad.
True, yeah.
It's only for the kind of hour plus events that you really need to be taking nutrition, so I'm sure he'll have a nice big drink when he's finished.
Just trying to think.
Okay, yeah, so here we go. He's at 13 k's an hour at the moment. And he's coming up to 4 minutes now, so he'll soon be going up to 14 k's an hour, which is definitely where I think he'll start to work a bit harder.
Do you reckon as the time gets closer for your run, you're going to start getting a bit nervous, or are you still confident?
I don't know if I'm confident. Definitely getting a bit nervous, but...
When you do competitions, are you someone that gets nervous before a big competition? I know this isn't too competitive, but before a big event.
Yeah, I definitely get a bit nervous. I think over the years I've got better at dealing with the nerves and kind of knowing how to just focus and get ready, get well prepared. And I think for me it's just about focusing on myself and not worrying too much about others, and just focusing on what I can control rather than what I can't, which in a sport like surf lifesaving, like what we do, there's quite a few variables that you can't control, and it's kind of, I think it's just important to work out and focus on what you can to give yourself the best shot when it comes down to race day.
A lot of competitive people are superstitious. Is there anything you do sort of before an event to sort of relax your mind?
I'm not superstitious, to be honest. I know quite a lot of my friends are. There's all sorts of strange habits that people have, but personally I'm not. I kind of just tend to go through the motions, go through what I'm used to doing day by day, and don't want to change up too much before racing. Unfortunately I'm a little bit boring in that sense. I don't have too many strange superstitions that are exciting to hear about. Sorry.
No, that's all right. What would you say? You obviously do a lot of running and swimming and kayaking. What would you say your favourite thing that you do is?
Oh, I actually don't think I have a favourite. I think what I like so much about the sport is just the variability. I like the fact that, you know, we can do sort of 12, 14, 15 sessions a week, and we won't ever be having to do more than kind of 4 or 5 of one discipline. So, you know, instead of getting in the pool for 4 hours a day, we can kind of be getting in the pool for 2 hours and then getting in the sea for an hour and running for 45 minutes. So we can be all sorts, which I think is just, for me, it's the most enjoyable side of it. And it also means you can kind of work hard in different aspects. The muscles you use running are very different to the muscles you use on a kayak or in the pool. So it means you can push yourself a bit harder in each of those sort of individual disciplines over the week, which is also quite sort of exciting. And I prefer the hard work to the slow, easy work, which ultimately is quite a lot of the training, really, if you're doing so many hours a week.
How often are your training sessions, and sort of how long are they? Because I imagine it's not easy. It must be quite stressful on your body.
Yeah, so in the peak of the season, we're trying to kind of train 2 or 3 times a day, 6 days a week. And in the off season, it varies massively from person to person. Some people really like an off season grind and working really hard, and other people tend to have a bit more time off. Usually, I try and really keep it up in the off season. But last year, I had quite a lot of time off just to focus on other things. But yeah, I think sort of still trying to keep up 15 hours a week, really, if I can. Not last year, but for this year, I'm trying to focus on trying to really up my kayaking hours and try and improve that as much as I can. But I think also just making sure you're enjoying the training in the off season. It can be quite hard, especially in the dark, the cold. Kind of lose motivation. Might work really hard for a month, but then if you've lost motivation, don't really do much for the next month, then actually you are much better off kind of doing half the work over twice the period of time, if you see what I mean. So yeah, quite a few hours, and yeah, I think you just got to enjoy it. You've got to enjoy it to want to do it. I think it's kind of what I found.
How do you manage balancing like the work and training, uni, all that sort of? Because it must get very hectic and busy in your life.
Yeah, it can do. I think the first 3 years I managed pretty well. It's probably a little less busy study-wise. I managed to kind of get in the super amount of training over the winter, and my 4th year last year I was on placement a lot more and had a lot less free time, so I kind of took the decision to step back on the training and really focus on my studying. But then come the summer, I was just enjoying racing and training too much, so I've stepped back into the training, and I'm just trying to push through for this year now, because having a lot of fun. But it's just about sort of time management, and like I say, enjoying it. If you're enjoying it, then you don't mind too much about not watching any TV in the evenings because you're training instead. So I think that's what it's about. So his heart rate's up at 171 now, so he'll be working hard here. I think he's just stepping up to 15 k's an hour now.
What would a maximum heart rate? That's 220 minus age, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Well, roughly. So I think he's what, 22, 23 now, Piran. So maybe 23 now, I think. So.
What do you reckon the max it will get to?
Honestly, it's super dependent based on the person. Some people's max heart rate is quite a bit lower than 220 minus their age, and other people's is quite a lot higher. So I couldn't tell you. I think he'll probably get around the 190, 200 mark, but we'll see. I might start warming up if that's okay.
Yeah, that's right. No worries. Thank you.
No worries. Nice to chat to you.
Likewise. I think it's Okay, good luck. Nice to meet you.
Again, I don't know if you're the same year group, so...
I believe you're first year, aren't you? Third? Oh, okay, cool. You got no way more than I do.
What?
Yes. So he's just currently stopped now. 30-second rest, and he's getting his lactose taken. That I imagine might be must sort of be puffing now. He's getting towards the sort of final stretch. I believe his heart rate's hit. I think, let's have a look. 171. It's obviously gone down a little bit because he stopped, but some people he said could hit the 200 mark.
Yeah.
But so he's in the final stretch, but I imagine he's sort of puffing now. It's going to start getting difficult.
It's a very interesting endurance test, to be fair. It's difficult. I wouldn't be able to do it.
Honestly, I think they're both mad.
Yeah.
But it makes for an entertaining watch. To be honest, I wouldn't be able to have my blood taken. I absolutely hate blood, but that's completely irrelevant.
Yeah, it's very impressive.
It's got quite a long stride on it. Considering he's carrying quite a lot of muscle as well, it must be quite difficult to... It's impressive he's got that endurance. You know how fast the actual treadmill is going? 60 kilometres an hour. Oh, 16?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I think you said 60. 16 kilometres an hour for 4 minutes. I believe this would be an intense training session right now.
Very useful since he's a lifeguard. He's not used to this type of running and endurance like this, so to be going at this pace and stuff is
quite impressive.
Yeah.
So we've got the blue rope to keep him up when he finishes. I imagine he'd be passed out on the floor, hitting top max heart rate for a long time. I'm surprised if we can get an interview with him when we're done, if he's still alive.
Yeah. No, he's doing really well.
I wonder how Bob's feeling going into this. Adrenaline's starting to creep in.
Yeah, definitely.
I spoke to him, he said he's a bit nervous, but excited.
Yeah, that's what he said to me as well. Anxiety's getting to him and stuff a little bit.
They've got friendly competition, but I'm interested to see how they react when one wins.
Yeah, exactly.
I asked him if there's going to be a big celebration later if he wins, but apparently not.
There'll definitely be some sort of competitiveness to it.
Yeah.
Between the two.
If I'd done all this and I'd won, I'd be rubbing it in so much. But they just seem a bit more reserved than that. I'd be begging for some water right now.
He refused water at the start,
I was shocked by that.
Yeah.
Just before he put his mask on, saying no to some water. Wonder if he's regretting it now.
It's probably a little bit of regret, but he's still going.
He's sweating, but he's not not too much. Which I'm shocked with that sort of big head of hair that he's got. So that must be keeping him warm. It's at 188 beats. Is that beats per minute? Yeah, beats per minute.
Yeah.
Which is you can see him panting now a little bit.
Stopping again.
Could be the last time. He hopes. I'm sure he'll hope it's not, but. I'm sure the 30 seconds for him are feeling a lot shorter than a normal 30 seconds. 4 minutes feel a lot longer than a regular 4 minutes. And the 30 seconds a lot shorter. Heart might be beating against his rib cage right now. 180. 180 after a rest as well.
Yeah. Like he was up by 190.
We said that maximum heart rate. Nice to meet you. Max heart rate is 220 minus approximately age. So he's still got a little bit of room to go, but I'm sure he's still quite uncomfortable.
It's still quite impressive he's made it this far though, isn't it?
Honestly, I wouldn't have been able to do half of this.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'd have managed. It's easy to sit here and judge, isn't it?
Honestly, I'd say probably one of his strides is 2 of mine. So.
Oh really? Yeah, he's doing well actually.
It's gone really well.
Doesn't look like slowing down either, which is even more impressive.
Yeah,
he's kept a consistent pace this entire time. It's mad.
I don't know if Bob's getting nervous or not.
He should be.
He should be.
He should be getting nervous.
I wonder the psychological effect of going second, whether it's to aim at what he's seen or whether it's a nervousness seeing how well it's doing at the moment.
To be honest with you, in this position I'd want to go first. You want to get set off because the nerves creep in the longer you're stood there watching it happen before it's your go.
That's true. It's quite sort of like a penalty walk-up.
Yeah.
He's got that nervousness of watching.
You want to go first, you want to get out of the way and done with.
True.
You're watching everyone else take it, it's just starting to sink in a little bit more.
Yeah.
Nerves start to move.
That's a good point of looking at it. I thought he'd be sort of more motivated because he's seen what he's got to catch, but the nerves.
You want to go first because the person in second is watching them, and if they're doing a really good job, they've gone, damn, I've got to catch that.
Yeah. He's at 190 now. He's not. I can't imagine it'll be too much longer.
It's really impressive.
But maybe that's what motivating him. The fact that we're doubting him is motivating him.
Trying to prove us all wrong.
He probably can't even hear us. I mean, he definitely can't even hear us. He's still running comfortable. He looks comfortable. He doesn't look. He's not been put off his rhythm by.
No, he's kept a consistent pace.
He is going rhythmically. I wonder what the pre-match run was for this. Some pasta, some carbs.
I wonder how he'll be feeling later after it's all like.
I can't imagine how he will feel tomorrow when he wakes up.
Absolutely killed.
I ache when I run up the stairs. I can't imagine what he's feeling right now. Maybe that's me just being lazy. It probably is just me.
Yeah, I reckon so.
I don't know how much. I think when he comes off, we might be too exhausted for an interview straight away. So we might give him a little bit. Don't want to pester him. I don't know. He will have to do a warm down as well, I imagine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Going straight from running at this 192 heart rate straight to stop can't be good for you. So he'll have to do a cool down. That was we said that might be his last stop, but no, he's back at it again. So
at what point do they stop running?
Whenever he passes out, basically. But he may die on that treadmill. Hopefully not, obviously. But he looks like nothing will stop him. So I don't know what speed they're at now. 17.9.
He's going to drop soon.
He looks like nothing can stop him.
quite extreme, actually.
I don't think I could run 1 minute on that treadmill right now.
I reckon I could manage a minute. I reckon I could manage a minute.
A minute. Oh, he's stopping now. What an effort, though. That was amazing to watch.
That was pretty impressive.
That was so impressive. You see, he looks absolutely exhausted. Lovely, friendly compassion. That was incredible. How long was that then? Well, his heart rate's at 194 right now. Probably beating out of his chest.
No, not right now.
Oh, still doesn't want water. Wow. What a man.
What an effort, though.
What an effort. Can't imagine what he's feeling like right now. He's still got a sense of humour though. Still laughing.
Yeah, it was 18 at the end there, which is 320.
Wow. I'm surprised he's walking right now. I would not be able to.
Do I still need this?
Yeah, let's get him a comfortable chair. Now we're getting ready as Bob's about to step up.
It's all in your head.
Such a mental battle, yeah. Like that. Just trying to keep that speed up. And just like going.
I wonder what he's saying to himself
Yeah, just
during the last moments.
like that last 4 minutes. Was like it was horrible. It was horrible. Yeah. I was like, and I could see it. Heart rate. I think the problem was.
Do you know how long that was?
That like last bit, you're never going to make
36
it.
minutes?
Yeah.
But like,
Wow.
I feel like I
36.
could have done like 10,
36 minutes is very impressive.
Like the second they go, once they put their breath on, like, yeah, I reckon I can do like a bit more than that.
Yeah.
But it's because of the marks. Once the marks comes off and you can breathe again,
Yeah.
you feel like you could go longer, but in the moment, remember, you stopped for a reason. You were like right back here on the tempo,
Yeah.
so I don't think you could have really gone.
No, I knew I was going back. I knew I was going backwards. But okay.
What an incredible effort.
Yeah. It's good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long way.
It's quite a big run.
What a man, what a man, what a
What
man.
was it? Well, on the treadmill it says 8.28k. Yeah. No, that's
Right, I'm just going to reset everything, obviously, because of the blood, I've got to wipe everything down and make sure it's all clean before you this out.
But that stopping to take the blood is such a saviour.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Because like heart rate would drop by like 5 or 10. 5 or 10 beats, and it would take a minute to get.
I think I let him sort of.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like that last
You think so?
it's long.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Wow, what an amazing effort. Hercules.
Yeah, cheers.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling pretty pleased. Felt like I could go a little bit longer, but like I only feel like that after.
Yeah.
It's a big mental battle in the last like 5 minutes.
I was going to say, what was going on in your head when right there, sort of towards the end?
I think the problem was I knew when I got to that like after on that last stage that I was never going to make the end. I knew at some point it was, you know, I was going to go, and it was just at that point it's like a waiting game. But it was, I enjoyed it.
Do you reckon you'll be beaten, or do you reckon that was good enough to stay at the top?
Don't know. Bob's definitely he's a bit quicker of a runner, but whether that matters come the end result, I don't know. Yeah, well, I think it'll be close. I felt pretty good. I felt like I pushed myself. So yeah.
How do you think you'll feel tomorrow when you when you wake up?
Don't know. Well, we were going to go training after this as well.
Ooh.
So we were.
That's insane.
So yeah, and then we were swimming in the morning.
Monster.
So.
Make sure you eat some first.
Yeah. We'll eat.
I'll
I'll put a pasty out overnight to have tomorrow. I'll have a pasty tomorrow morning. Yeah.
I imagine you're going to have a sort of warm down to sort of ease back to normal heart rate.
Yeah.
After hitting, I think it was 190, something like that. Something
well,
insane.
I saw one there, it was 195. I don't know if it went higher than that.
I had on the end of the stage you complete was 193. I think it went up to. It would tell us on there.
Yeah.
Get it up to
Yeah, it's mid 190s. We're pretty happy.
That is insane.
Yeah, and that the last set I did for 4 minutes, I held about 190 for 4 minutes. So I was pretty happy with that. I managed to hold it through that one.
Have you done something like that before?
Only on the bike. I felt but I felt the treadmill was much more beneficial than the bike, mainly because I don't ever cycle. So the bike didn't feel like a fair result, but I feel like that will give me a lot better.
How long did you manage on the bike?
I can't remember now, to be honest. Yeah, it was 18 months ago, so yeah.
Do you think it was longer or shorter?
I definitely lasted longer on the treadmill, much longer. So yeah, definitely felt pretty good on that. It was. Yeah.
How was it when you first took that mask off and back to sort of normal again?
I can't really remember. I don't actually. It was, yeah, I mean, you're just trying not to fall over at the last bit.
Yeah.
Really, it was. I was.
When you first started, what was going in your head when it when you were managing it quite fine? Was you trying to?
I was just wondering how long the whole thing was going to be, because you're almost running into the unknown that you actually. Normally, if you go out for a run, you know, I'm going to go run 5k or I'll run a 10k, but I had no idea how long I was going to be running for, so it was quite weird just running until.
Yeah. What do you think the difference is in going first and going second in terms of, because now he's got a target to beat, whereas you had just a.
I don't know. I think because it's pushing yourself to the max. You're finding your own maximal point. So we'll probably have we're very different athletes. As in, I'm much more power and Bob's better at the aerobic. So I think our maximum points will be quite different. But yeah. Yeah, so I think fine. So I think whether it will play on Bob's head, seeing what I've done, or not, I don't know. But
would you like to do something like that again, or?
Yeah, I'd love to do it again in 3 or 4 months, just to come back and.
Not straight away.
Yeah, I'll give it 3 months off. Come back in 3-4 months and try and go faster and better. Yeah. So yeah.
When you had those 30 seconds, I imagine they were feeling shorter and shorter each time.
Oh yeah, they definitely, when you got most of the way through those rest points where you're taking the blood, it was like a gift. It was yes. And then that last one, I was hoping Bailey would take as long as possible, but she did it pretty quick.
I do want you to
yeah. So it was that last one felt like it went so quick. It just compared to the rest. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I could see, because you can see the pace on the treadmill of how fast you're running, and I didn't know how fast the pace on the next one would be. So I was oh my! So that was playing on my head, and then I started on the same pace, and then 3 seconds later it dropped, and then that's when I knew. I was like, oh, Nah. Yeah, that's that's
I
not going to
imagine
go well.
the 4 minutes feel like longer and longer each time you do one.
Yeah, they did. It was. I was trying not to think about it too much. I was like the last whole 4 minutes that I completed, I was really battling kind of like 2 minutes into it, but the last minute of it actually felt easier.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to settle into that pace and at that heart rate, and then kind of 3 minutes into it I actually settled, and I felt the last minute like quite easy, and that flew by, that last minute. So yeah, it was just trying to settle at that pace. So yeah.
How did you feel? Because before you didn't want any water. Did you feel like that did anything, or
Nah.
good?
Yeah, I think before, I think I just needed to go.
Yeah.
I was like,
were there any nerves before?
Nah, more excitement. I don't, never really feel nervous for anything really. I'm always just excited to, I love just trying to push myself and seeing what I can do. So nerves never really play a factor. Because I don't really worry about the end result. I just want to go out, push myself.
Wow.
And, what happens, happens.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So.
How do you reckon he's feeling now, going into his run?
I think he's feeling alright. He's feeling alright. I think we go into everything pretty similar, so I think he'll be feeling the same.
Are you confident that yours will be longer? You'll beat him?
I think Bob will go for longer. I think he'll go for longer. I reckon. I think it'll take more for him to get to his maximal point. Like we did the weighing and all before. I was like 15 kg heavier. So like there's a big difference in us. Like if we went into the gym, I'd be lifting a lot more.
Yeah.
But so we're very different athletes, but we'll both be trying to find our max and seeing where you know.
You've thrown down excuses already.
Nah. There's no excuses.
Well, there'll be a
Not
big celebration
excuses.
if you do win.
Yeah. It'll be on Instagram tonight if I won.
I said if you win, we all over it.
So you could actually run for longer, but your VO2 max is still low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing. And like longer you efficiency your muscles and stuff. That's something people are more inclined to like the anaerobic stuff. So without oxygen, things like sprinting, short endurance sports. But then like your VO2 max can stay the same throughout your whole life, but the speed that you get to, or that VO2 max score, if that makes sense, can go up. So your VO2 max, let's say, would be 50, and you reach that at 16 km an hour, come back in 6 months, VO2 max is still 50, but you've reached it at 18 km an hour. So it's a good benchmark of aerobic fitness, but there's like almost a ceiling to it where it won't increase anymore. Just because of like your physiology, like you can't use more oxygen than that, but you can get to a higher speed.
How long have you been doing sort of things like this? Competing in sort of sport?
So, me and Bob have both been competing in life-saving since we were nippers when we were 8 years old. So, we've been racing each other since then. So we're used to it. We're used to it. But this kind of stuff, like VO2 max testing and everything, is very new to us. We don't get to do that often. So we're pretty fortunate with Solent, with like the sports program that they're giving us, letting us do this, and to see how we can push ourselves and go against each other and
How often do you train for?
So we're training twice a day, most of the time 3 times a day.
Oh wow!
Every day. So we're going at it pretty hard. So we swam this morning at 5:30.
Oh wow! You've done something before this?
Yeah, we swam this morning. We swam this morning, so and then Bob's a much better swimmer than I am, so Bob went a lot better than me this morning. I blew up pretty fast in the pool this morning.
What sort of strokes do you do when you're swimming?
Oh, we're just freestyle.
We're
freestyle. So Bob's much better at. Bob's much better at. I'll let him. Bob's much better at swimming, and then I'm much better at the kayaking side of things. But then in our sport, everything blends into one. In the Ironman, so there's a board paddle in that as well, where Bob just edges me out every time. I play second fiddle to him every race. So
hopefully not today.
Yeah.
How were you feeling when you were getting sort of suited and booted like this? Was that adrenaline and...
Yeah, a bit of adrenaline. It happened, I think, sooner than I thought. Like suddenly I was strapped in and I was like, oh, I'm going to be like this now for the next 45 minutes. So like, I didn't actually almost think about it before it happened.
Was there a pre-match or pre-event sort of meal or anything like that? Or
I just had leftover curry from last night. That was my that was my precursor. And then Bob had some pasta, and he just had like pasta and bolognese, I think. Yeah. We both made sure we got our sleep in though after swimming. Woke up for swimming and then we fell back to sleep straight after until 10 o'clock.
Rest, I imagine. What time did you go swimming?
We were in the pool for 5:30.
Wow. I was rolling over.
Yeah. But then we were back in bed before 8 o'clock and asleep until gone 10. So.
Is that a regular sort of
Bob,
event?
Yeah, it was a regular sort of time. It's harder in the winter to get up earlier in the morning because it's dark mornings and training's just not as fun. But
yeah,
in the summer, from April until September, you're up at 5:30 every morning, kind of without fail. But winter, we'll try and train a bit later in the day when it's a bit warmer.
How important is it to do it with someone to keep sort of motivated and keep going?
It's a big difference. Yeah, it makes a massive difference. When you're on your own, it's hard work to keep yourself motivated. It's more hard. Like, we're always motivated and we always want to go do our best, even when we're on our own. But it's that discipline of, if I was on my own this morning, I probably wouldn't have gone to swimming. But
yeah,
I know Bob was in the room next door, and I know he's going to get up for swimming, and I think it's vice versa. So you force each other to go. But we enjoy it more than anything. Like, we enjoy both pushing ourselves. It's not a chore at all doing this. We opt in to do this stuff. And
wow, it's insane.
I'm gonna grab my drink now. I do feel like I just got out of the swimming pool though.
So obviously same thing to stop the test, and this will catch you. Yeah? Okay. Are you alright with one that's slightly sweaty? Yeah. Okay. Well, it's actually not too bad.
Sorry.
Yeah, so flat magnet will just go catch you. How's that? Yeah?
we've got an exam the week after, so I might actually save it for the exam and then do. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Happy? You're ready? And I'll get the fan on the speed comes up a little bit as well, okay? Yeah? Is that okay? You can be as quick as you want. Yeah. That's the tightest it goes.
Do you think seeing the statistics and all the data up there was helpful, or do you think
you can't really see the computer to the right at all?
Yeah.
You can't, because the bar of the treadmill is kind of in the way, so you can't actually see any of that. But obviously you can see some stuff on the treadmill. You can see the pace, distance, and your heart rate.
Yeah.
And that definitely was helpful because I managed to gather halfway through where I was at.
Yeah.
Because we do so much training, I know my heart rate zones quite well. I know at what, like, if I'm pushing hard, if I'm not. So it was quite a good gauge halfway through seeing my heart rate. But then again, I was like, oh, how long?
Yeah.
I reckon I still got 20 minutes to go. So at that point, I was like, oh, can you not just ramp up and send me to the max and out?
So his heart rate at the moment is sort of 70. It's just dropped to 69. But how quickly do you reckon it will take to start hitting his heart rate zones?
I reckon it'll take longer than I did, probably. I think I was about the same for the resting heart rate on there. Our resting heart rates are normally a lot lower, but I think there's a bit of nerves, bit of excitement while you're on there that your resting heart rate just isn't. It's just not as low. So mine was sat around. I think mine was sat around 70 at this point. So this is already a bit lower. But I think so because we'll have a 4-minute kind of warm up run to begin with, and I'd imagine he'd probably sit around 120.
Yeah.
Around that. But Bob tends to moan a bit more than I do about his heart rate. He's always moaning that his watch isn't telling him his heart rate. So I think this will be a good test for him to see what his heart rate zones are actually like.
No excuses now. These are all.
Yeah, because we always finish training and then Bob goes, "Oh, said my heart rate was 100 the whole time, but I was pushing to the max," and we're like, "Well, that's definitely wrong." So it'll be a good gauge here.
Was there any sort of pre-run, sort of calm yourself down, anything like that, or?
Nah. You're so like locked in up there because the cables are all like taped to the bar.
Yeah.
And you got the bungee on. You can't actually like move up there, so you're just stuck in that position. So you can't like have it.
70?
Yeah,
so
about
115?
70. Yeah, so he's sitting at 115, which is pretty comfortable, and he's staying that. So, yeah.
You could sort of go at that pace all day, sort of thing.
Yeah, you could run that pace. Yeah. I reckon you could wake up in the morning and run that pace and run a marathon.
Yeah.
Fine. I reckon we could.
I'd probably struggle with that pace, to be honest.
But I feel like I don't run on a treadmill much.
Yeah.
But like the treadmill obviously dictates your pace.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. So like you have no choice but to run at that pace.
Yeah.
Generally, I would struggle running at this pace because it's quite slow.
Yeah.
If we were going for just a casual jog, we'd be running at like 5-minute pace. Mm-hmm. So this is like a minute slower.
Yeah.
Really. So it's.
Would you say you prefer running on a treadmill or actual outside?
I never really run on a treadmill, but I quite enjoyed that. Really, I did. But I hate running on my own.
Yeah.
But I always prefer to run with someone as well.
I imagine with all the adrenaline pumping, you won't actually feel the.
Nah, you don't feel it at all. Yeah, you haven't, especially on the first few. I was being a bit nosy.
Yeah.
to try and see, but come the end of it, you're just trying to get your breath back in and use the amount of rest.
Just try to pull your finger away, try and get as long as possible.
Yeah, so.
Do you know when these samples will get tested or how they get tested or anything like that?
To be honest, no. Yeah, I'm not sure. There'll have to be a question for Bailey in a bit. Yeah. Yeah, because I don't study sports science, and Bob does medicine, so he doesn't do this for athletes. So yeah, we're both actually completely unknown for this. There's 8 different scores that I can see now on the screen.
Yeah.
The only one I know that I can make sense of is the heart rate. Yeah.
I didn't know if the test results would be like later or it would be like tomorrow.
Yeah, the test results they'll be in a few days. I think I can't. Yeah, they won't be straight away. I don't think.
Yeah. How interested would you be in seeing the results of the test?
Yeah. We're very interested to see. There's something's fallen out of Bob's face.
How important is like data like that to your training?
I think. I think. I don't know, to be honest, because we never really used this data.
Okay.
So I think because my bike test didn't go, because I've never really done it, I don't think the results were like that true.
Yeah.
So these results will be much more truer to like our fitness. So because we've never done it, I have no idea how useful these will be. So that's why we've done it, so that we can look, whether it's later this week or next week, and we can look at each other's and go, well, we need to improve on that. We need to improve on that. If I want to beat you, I'm gonna have to. This is what you're better than me at.
Do you use much data in your general, not necessarily this, but just general data?
When we're training, we do, especially during the winter, a lot more, because the winter we're not racing at all. So we're trying to, at the moment, especially on the flat water for kayaking, we're just trying to work in the right heart rate zones and trying to work at the right speeds, just to maximise the training a lot. But in the summer we spend a lot more time in the surf.
Yeah.
So, and because the surf is so variable, that half the day it just goes out the window because you're actually then just trying to manage the surf and your skills. So it's
for people who probably don't know, what are the heart rate zones like? What's the importance?
So they generally go from zone 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
0 is like 120 and below. You kind of rest to going very easy, like warm-up pace. Then zone 1, I've never really used in my life. I couldn't really tell you what zone 1 is all about. Zone 2 tends to be kind of a little bit quite aerobic.
Yeah.
So we tend to go like for a zone 2 like run. So if you're going for like an hour's run, and you're not wanting to push yourself too much, you just want to feel comfortable the whole time you're going at zone 2. So that's around 140, 150 beats, we tend to say. And then zone 3, zone 4, kind of your threshold.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, so if we were doing a session, say 10 1000s on the kayak, and we wanted to be going the same pace through the whole 10, we would be going at a threshold pace. So we're going at that zone 3, zone 4.
Yeah.
So you are really pushing yourself, but you're managing it each time. That you have a lot more in the tank, but you can hold that the whole time.
Yeah.
So that's generally around 170 to 180, which I definitely felt comfortable on that. When I was at the 180, I felt like I could still go for another 3, 4, 5 of that. But then on that last one, you jump up to your zone 5, which is 190, which is nearing your max heart rate. And that, it was 5 minutes.
You can only be in there for
five minutes, and then you're done after that, especially when you've done everything else beforehand.
You've got up to it.
Yeah, so but generally your max heart rate, I don't know how scientific it is. They say 220 minus your age.
Yeah, it's probably not specific to everyone.
Yeah, I don't know how scientific that math is.
I remember so you were that in secondary school, so it's probably not accurate.
So our heart rates are high 190s. So if we're in the 190s for a bit, I think we've done pretty well. So that's why I was pretty happy with mine, because I saw 190 and I held there for 4 or 5 minutes. So I was pretty happy with that. That I managed to hold that pace for that long.
Yeah. So I remember seeing 180 for quite a long time.
Yeah. So that's our threshold as well. So where we get to that maximum point, the 190, these tests will really show our VO2 max. So that's how much oxygen is like getting to our muscles and how well the body is moving that oxygen around. But when they're taking our bloods the whole time, so that's to test our lactic threshold. So the blood samples will be much more beneficial to that bit where we were holding 180 for a long time. So that will be testing how well our body adapts to the lactic, which builds up throughout exercise. It's almost like poison to the body, and it's just how well our body is moving that and flushing it out, and you're able to battle through. Which is definitely probably a weak point of mine. Mentally it's not a weak point, but physically it's something that is still learning, of just how to get through that. So it's, which is quite important in our competitions, because a lot of the time you have heats, you have round 2, you have quarters, you have semis, and there's only 4-5 minutes rest in between. So you've got to do your race, regather yourself, rehydrate, and go again. 5 minutes later. So being able to move that lactic is really important.
How difficult is it going with such a short rest, going from one race to the next race to the next race?
It used to be a lot harder than it is now. Generally, but I think that's because now we're at the top of our game. So when we're in the earlier rounds, we don't have to push ourselves as hard now. But when I was growing up, when I was younger, and you're racing in the senior categories, you're having to go hard from the get-go. So it was much tougher. But generally, you still have to be able to push yourself. throughout the whole day. Pretty, you know, we could end up doing 11, 12 races in one day. So, and half of them you have to push yourself, half of them you're not.
Yeah.
So still doing 6, if you're doing 6 maximal races throughout a 10-hour span, you still,
wow,
you know, it's pretty tough.
Could you sort of describe, outline what competitive lifeguarding is, like what you do in a
So generally all our races are around Cornwall, Devon and Wales. There's a big scene of it now on the south coast of Bournemouth and everything, and on the eastern coast of the UK. But it's all about swimming, board paddling and surf ski paddling, which is very similar to kayaking, but it's in the surf. So you have those individual races, and then you have the ocean man or ocean woman, which is those 3 combined.
Yeah.
So you go from one leg to the other. So me and Bob are just the ocean athletes. And when we say surf lifesaving, I like to say the word surf lifesaving is similar to like athletics.
Yeah.
If someone says they do athletics, there's so many disciplines in athletics.
It could mean anything.
So you could be a javelin, or you could be a 100-meter sprinter, and that's very much the same with surf lifesaving. We say we do surf lifesaving, but there are we specialise within in that. But it's building in the UK. It's building pretty fast. In Australia and New Zealand, it's huge. In South Africa, the sport is massive. You'd be watching the races live on Fox every weekend.
Wow.
So it's huge. Yeah. It's huge out there, and there's huge money. So all the time we're trying to, while we want to win against each other here, we're also trying to push ourselves so that when we get to the World Champs, we're trying to beat the Aussies who earn a lot more money than we do, and training a bit more full time. But we've both spent time in Australia, a lot of time out there training with them.
That must have been amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. It's so easy to train out there. It's just hot every day.
Yeah,
and nice weather. So it's so much easier. It is. So So Bob now has been going for about 15 minutes. He has. He's now up to a 147 heart rate. So he's starting to push it now. He's going at 13 kilometres an hour. So that's about a 4:30 pace. What's that one? But Bob looks pretty comfortable. Hello. Yeah, Bob's still looking pretty comfortable. I don't think he's broken too much of a sweat yet.
You've mentioned the World Championships. When would they be?
So our most recent ones they'd be just over a year ago now, but they were in Australia. But our next ones are the start of December next year.
Oh.
So they'll be in South Africa next year. So that's our goal. Is in so for the World Champs next year.
Did you go to the ones in Australia?
Yeah. So me and Bob have been to the last 2. We have. So yeah, we've had the chance to go to the last 2. And
how did you get on at
Yeah, pretty good. We managed to get. Me and Bob were in the Taplin relay together. So it's a swim, ski, board. So our swimmer was from a lad called Thomas Leggett from Northern Ireland. Bob was the board paddler, I was the ski paddler. We managed to get a bronze in the relay at the World. So we managed to come home with a bronze medal. And but in our individual events, we both did pretty well. Bob got 4th in the iron. I got 6th in the ski. We were both. Bob was pretty close to a medal, and I was on the top 6 of us. Were all on the same wave, and it's a sprint finish. So it was. We both almost walked away with individual medals as well, which was pretty sick. So next year we'll be heading out to get our individual medals as well as team medals.
Do you think you've progressed enough to get the top medal?
That'll be the goal next. The goal next year is to stand on top of the podium. So it's.
What was it like coming home all that way with the trophies and showing everyone? The medal.
Yeah.
And showing everyone.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. but I think one of the reasons why me and Bob are probably quite successful is we're not that fussed by it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, we'll win a medal and all, but we'll hang the medal up, and then we'll just go back to training the next day. We love the sport more and love training more. So that's what we do. We love more. So yeah, the medals are special, and the medals are are a bit of like well done, but it doesn't change anything for us at the end.
That's good. That's probably
the end of the day.
The good way of
it's you got to do it because you love it and just stay happy the whole time. And, just keep pushing yourself. So, but Bob, he's now on the next phase. He's on the 6th stage now. He's nearing 150 heart rate, so he's running at just under 14k an hour. So he'll be running low 4-minute Ks now.
How do you reckon he'll be feeling right now?
I think he'll be feeling pretty comfortable right now. He's 20 minutes in, and he hasn't gone at a pace that's too strenuous for him yet. So he'll be feeling pretty comfortable now. It's quite a nice, like the pacing going up makes it quite comfortable to get to this pace. Sometimes when you go out for a run and you start off at this pace straight away, you get 10 minutes into the run and you don't feel good, but generally it felt quite nice, that gradual build up to it.
When you're at a low speed like this for quite a long time, how do you manage boredom? Because obviously, like you know you could be going fast. That was quite hard because I was at one point. I was like, could I just like speed it up? But it's that is quite hard. It was more that you're on a treadmill, so you can't go any faster. Whatever you do, you're stuck at that pace. But so Bob's now up to he's nearing a 160 heart rate. So he's starting to push it. He'll be in like a zone 3. What speed?
Solid zone 3 now.
13.9. Pretty good. Sorry, Isaac. Can I give you this?
Get phone footage. Bob's sitting quite comfy now. He's still at just under a 160 heart rate. He's definitely climatised to this speed now. It's not moving up anymore. He's looking quite comfy. He'll be breaking a sweat now, and he's just over 20 minutes in. So he's probably still got 20 minutes to go, unless his maximal performance comes around a bit sooner than I expect. So we've just gone over 160 heart rate for the first time. But he'll be coming up to the end of this section pretty soon, and then it'll be moving up. So every 4 minutes, Bailey, our sports scientist, will pause and take our blood sample, and then once we get going again, after about 30 seconds, 45 seconds, the pace on the treadmill will increase by 1 kilometre an hour. So there he is, so Bob's just stopping there. Quite important for Bob in these bits to just regather himself and lower that heart rate. Definitely helped me. So we'll see straight away, he's just gone from a 162 and he's dropped it down already to a 147. So already down now to 136. So he's managed to drop that heart rate by almost 30 beats in 30 seconds. So that's pretty impressive. That shows how kind of fit Bob is aerobically. Be interesting to see how this builds back up. So he's now running at a 15 kilometre an hour pace.
So on that previous one, Bob reached 160 heart rate. Generally from now it almost increased, for me it increased about 10 beats per minute. So Bob's now about 25 minutes in. He's back to the heart rate he was on the previous effort. So he's now at mid-60s. So this is at a pretty decent pace now for Bob. It's at 15k an hour. Still does look like more of a nice little fast jog for Bob. He's not sprinting just yet. So heart rate, it hasn't increased much in the last probably minute. It's at 167, 168. So he's found his comfy zone on this effort now. He's got about a minute to go on this effort. So he's probably feeling the same for me. It took me about probably 2 minutes 30 to feel comfortable running at that level, especially as it got faster. The final minutes were a lot easier, as you just kind of felt a bit more comfortable. So just 30 seconds left. Bob's still at a 168 heart rate.
Hello. Is this one on?
So 10 seconds left of this effort. Definitely quite important as well is trying not to focus too much on how long each effort was taking. There is a clock on the treadmill, but it's not quite the same as the one on Bailey's screen. So Bailey is our sports scientist. So Bob's heart rate dropped by about 15 seconds then in that 30-second kind of period.
We're at 15.8 now. How much faster do you reckon it'll be before he starts to struggle?
He'll definitely he'll keep it going, I reckon, for another 15 minutes. I think he can. It's hard to know. I'm trying to remember what height was that now. I can't actually remember what the speed was. But I think Bob's looking a bit more comfortable than I did. I reckon he's probably edging on. He'll be edging on half an hour into it now.
Yeah.
So he's definitely looking a bit more comfortable than I think I did at this point.
What do you remember of yours? Is it like a blur, or do you remember what's going on?
yeah, it's hard to remember now. Even though it was only like half an hour, 40 minutes ago, it's hard to even remember how I felt at each point.
So in the zone.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like Bob's now jumped up to a 170 heart rate. So that's the first time we've hit 170 at the moment. And he's a minute and 20 into this effort at 16k an hour. Bailey, what pace is this, time-wise, per K?
3:45.
So Bob's running at 3:45 right now, 3:45 minute Ks. And I think it was quite, I do remember now, this was at the point where it definitely felt like it was getting a lot faster.
Yeah.
Because on the first couple of them, you have the distance on your treadmill, and you were only running like 600 meters in the effort, but then suddenly now you're running 1.1 meters per effort. So you were seeing a whole K go by on that effort. So
what sort of psychological effect do you reckon it had when you saw it, when you could physically see it going from one up to the next?
Not too much. I don't think it had too much. It was because I wanted to get to that point.
Yeah.
So there's no psychological effects probably negatively or nerves, anything like that. It was more positive. I'm like, yes, I'm there. Like now, let's push and hold it at that. That's the point I want to get at and I want to reach. So once I get to that point, I'm like, yes, now let's go. You know, that's where like you push at that point.
You must have quite an enjoyment of the I don't want to say the pain, but the sort of the struggle of getting and improving.
Yeah. You just want to test yourself all the time. So that's what we enjoy. There's just about under a minute now of this effort left for Bob. Still, he's definitely obviously putting in a big effort now. It starts to ramp up pretty quick, but he's still sat at low 170s. So I think at this point I was at 180.
Yeah.
I think and Bob is at a low 170.
So he's still got
so I reckon. I'm trying to remember where I was at now, but I reckon he is about 10 heartbeats, maybe a minute lower.
Are you starting to get nervous that you might get beaten?
No, I think you will go longer than me, but again, like Bailey was saying, your VO2 max and your threshold, as Bob's just paused now, just to take the blood sample. Your VO2 max and your lactic threshold are quite personal to you. Like you can improve on them, but they are your scores.
Yeah,
so we do want to have a better result than each other. But
would you say you're competing more about that than the amount of time you're actually on the treadmill?
Yeah. You compete. Yeah, you're definitely competing more at that than the time on the treadmill. So I mean, Bob there, his heart rate probably dropped nearly 20 beats. In that, he only had about 35 seconds off treadmill, but it dropped by 20 beats, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah,
that's good for him.
That was at sort of 170. It's just dropped.
Yeah, it was like mid 170. It's building back up pretty quick, but he managed to drop that down into the 150s.
Yeah.
It's now running at 17k an hour, so it's about a 330. It's about a 330 pace per k, which is you're moving now.
Yeah.
You are moving now.
Did you feel it was more sort of physical? Your body started to ache, or was it more sort of you started running out of breath and struggling?
Yeah, no, my body wasn't hurting too much. It was, it was all just breathing rate and heart rate rather than that.
Is this when you started to feel the 4 minutes getting longer and longer?
Well, they didn't feel too much longer. It was more you wanted them to be shorter.
Yeah.
But as he's at a 176 heart rate, 177. So we're getting to that 180. So he's at his threshold. He's at threshold now.
Yeah.
So he's in that high zone 4 now. He's been going for about 34 minutes.
Yeah. Do you remember what your time? How long you were?
So I was 36.
36.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I was. Yeah. So this is the one. I was definitely probably at about a 190 on this now, where Bob's at 179. So he still hasn't actually hit 180.
He's keeping pretty consistent in the 170 zone at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely sat there right now. Yeah, so we just hit 180 now. We just hit 180.
Oh, back down to 179.
Yeah. So he's got just over a minute left at this pace, and I gave in on the next effort. On the next effort was when I gave in. So I reckon Bob's going to be able to make it through the effort that I caved in on. How much after that? As you see on Bob's face now, there's a lot more sweat coming down.
Yeah. The strides are a lot more. You can tell that's a proper big run now.
Yeah.
Did you feel like your actual running style changed as it started to get harder?
Yeah. I definitely did. I got to most of the way through this, and it was about now that I had to say to myself, run, like, keep your technique.
Yeah.
I definitely felt I was starting to lose my technique.
Yeah.
And I had to check myself and go, no, calm down. So
what do you say to yourself when you realise you're starting to sort of struggle, you're starting to sort of, the strides are going?
You just got to go back to your basics and just stay calm.
Yeah.
Try to control your breathing rate, control your length of stride, control your body movements. So there's only 10 seconds left, and he's held it at 180 the whole time. I don't think I've seen a 181. So Bob's sitting at that kind of threshold pace really well at the moment. So you see Bob taking in some big deep breaths now. Now up to 18k an hour now, so we're at 320 pace. I probably lasted 30-40 seconds on this. I can't actually remember how long it was.
When you look back at how you did, how do you sort of assess? Do you think you could have gone longer, or are you proud of what you sort of...
I was definitely proud of what I did. Once I had finished and I regathered myself, I felt like I could go again for a little bit longer, but I couldn't keep with the pace. I was moving too far back on the treadmill, and yeah.
How much?
But Bob's a lot further up the treadmill than I am right now, than I was, so he's looking a lot better.
How much of it is sort of psychological to keep going? How much of it is sort of physical?
It got a big psychological battle in the end. Bob will probably start having that battle right in pretty soon, but he's looking better than I did. He's definitely he's lasted longer than I did already. So a minute into this pace, he's 18k an hour, so he's running at about 320 pace. So this is a fast pace. He's moving now. And we only hit 181 now for the first time. So
how much higher into the 80s do you reckon he'll go?
He will reach the 190s. He will reach there. It's just how soon we're going to get there.
Yeah.
We're still only 182, so it's not moving up that fast.
I don't, you didn't do a warm down. Is that something that you do after?
Yeah, I should have done a warm down really, but
few eggs tomorrow.
Yeah. So we're running out at 183, and we're halfway through this set.
Where's the time on how long is left of the 4 minutes?
So there's a lapsed step time on the screen, on the right-hand side. I couldn't actually see that when I was running. I had no idea how long was left. I only now know it's there.
Yeah.
Sat here.
Do you think you would have preferred seeing that when you were running, or are you glad you didn't know?
No, I don't think it would have made much difference. So he's only got about 1:30 left. He's still at a 183 heart rate, so still sitting at a good threshold pace. So I was probably gone about 2 minutes ago. So and Bob, I think he's going to make it quite a way into the next cycle as well.
Yeah.
He's got a minute left.
How fast would that go?
So we'll go to 19k an hour. So he'll be running at a low 3-minute kilometre pace. So you're really shifting at that pace.
Yeah. Is this the sort of pace that you'd be going at when you're in a competition, or would you have to get that back?
Yeah, it depends on. This is the heart rate you would be at when you're racing. This is the heart rate you'd be at. So, but Bob's held this heart rate for 18k an hour and 17k an hour roughly. He's only at 2-3 beats per minute more. So, I think he's still got plenty more in the tank. I think so. He's only got 15 seconds left of this one. So we're at 2, 1. He's taking the bloods on this one.
How important is it getting a breather now?
Yeah, it's important. Bob's hunched over quite a bit now, so he definitely is feeling it a lot.
He looks like he's been held up at the moment.
Yeah. He's looking at that timing as well, so he's looking at that timing a lot. So this is the point where you start battling your demons as well in your head, and you're just going to have to push through. So I didn't make it to this speed. This is 19k an hour. This is moving.
It looks like the treadmill's struggling.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how he's feeling. Do you reckon he'll make it to the end of the
I think he can make it to the end of this one. I think at this point it becomes more mental than physical.
Yeah.
It does. Oh no.
That was impressive.
So yeah.
177.
There we are.
78.
So that was 49 seconds into the effort at 19k an hour.
That was incredibly impressive.
So that was running at 19k an hour he got to. So that was a big effort. He's feeling it. So that was a 42-minute run. It was a 42-minute run, and he's done.
Hit that pace.
He's done nearly 9k. He has. He's done nearly a 9k run.
In 45 minutes.
So that was sooner than I expected. I definitely thought, because we didn't actually see it at 190. He is always moaning about his heart rate. It's not that high, and I did say that before, and it definitely didn't get as high.
He looks a lot more sort of shattered than I think.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, well, he did go longer, faster, and further than I did. Yeah, Bob.
That's putting it lightly.
Yeah, sit down. Yeah. You can have that, yeah. Bye.
Do you want to sit on this one?
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Wow. How are you feeling?
Oh, knackered. That was horrible.
You were 19k an hour.
Oh, it's just like... I feel like when I run, my legs get tired before my breathing, whereas that time my breathing got tired before my legs.
That's what I felt the same.
Yeah,
Definitely
interesting.
My heart rate, like my breathing rate.
Oh, yeah.
Was just through.
Same.
Yeah.
Like my legs weren't. Didn't feel it.
Oh, my God.
That was good.
Well done. That was impressive.
I was like, oh, my heart rate's not that high. Why am I not going? I should keep going. I was like, God.
So I was saying.
I was like getting dizzy. I was like,
I was saying, well, I reckon you can make it to the end of this because you haven't hit 90 yet.
I don't know. Yeah.
Could you see the statistics when you were
I
running?
can see. You can see your heart rate on here, and I did keep looking across at the board, trying to work out how. Because the timer didn't start again. It just went on from where you were.
Yeah.
So I kept like forgetting like how many minutes I was in. So I kept looking across to see how far I had left of each interval.
When I was running, I didn't realise you could see minutes and
Yeah.
but I had it a lot easier to calculate.
Oh my
You did the
God.
longer run, so you won.
I read about 4 minutes longer.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, so that's the VO2 Max and lactic threshold. Thanks to Bailey, our sports scientist, for doing this, and thanks for watching if you have been on. And thanks to Solent and Sports Excellence program for letting us do this. And thanks for watching.
Thank you.